to cast Robert Pattinson, and did you go back and watch the Twilight franchise to get familiar with his nuances, his performance style?
I had a random meeting with him about a year before I even knew I was going to make the Rover. I hadn't seen the Twilight films, but I was very aware of who he was. You know, his existence as a kind of uber celebrity. I just really liked him. I found his kind of physical energy really beguiling, and he was smart. He had a very, very sophisticated and eclectic interest in cinema. And when it came time to test for the character that he plays, you know, Rob came in and did a couple of auditions for me, and they were just beautiful. I mean, it was as simple as that for me. Within a few minutes, I knew that I'd found.
And you've since purchased the Twilight Blu-ray box set in support of.
Haven't watched it. The only thing I've seen is those great kind of bad lip reading things on YouTube. That's the only Twilight I've ever seen.
And what about you, Guy? When you heard that you were going to be working next to Robert Pattinson, who delivers a really fantastic performance in the film, there were so many instances in the movie where you just held the camera on him, sort of deciphering what his face was going to do next. It was so interesting to watch him do these things. When you heard that you were going to be working with him, were you excited? Were you nervous because maybe you didn't know much about his work?
I'd only ever seen Water for Elephants and loved him in it. Just thought he was great and clearly a movie star. And when Rob was mentioned, when David brought him up, I think I just instantly remembered Rob's natural sense of vulnerability. You know, there's something fine about him. You know, there's something sort of delicate about him, and I just thought that as far as my understanding went of the dynamic and the relationship between these two characters, that it would actually be perfect. So I kind of went, great, straight away. You know, I haven't seen any of the Twilight movies, and and at the time I certainly didn't feel like I needed to go and look at them in order to feel, you know, that this was a good choice.
Right.
No, I mean, you know, but it was always, I think, I'd seen his audition, so I knew that I felt really excited and confident. But I think for quite a few other people, it was just an unknown. It was like, okay, so how's this going to work? And I remember Guy turning to me on like day 2 or whatever of the shoot, just, you know,
after watching Rob shooting some stuff.
And just turning to me and just going, he's amazing.
He's really good, isn't he? You know, I didn't think he wouldn't be, but when you actually see something right in front of you on the screen, you know, it's hard not to kind of get excited about it. So.